What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to Extreme Nerd Table, where we talk about everything pop culture, everything nerd, everything comics. And I have Anthony and Simply Incredible with me today. Here's Anthony. Here's Simply Incredible. So, what you guys been up to this week? Just by working a lot? No, pick up anything cool or anything besides frisbees and stuff?
Not a single disc.
Not got a single disc this week.
Not a single disc.
But you went to you had a flea market venture, didn't you?
I had a free market venture, yes.
Can you show some of it? Because I know you already posted a video, right?
I'm trying to remember what I got.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember what I got. I got 3 things of baseball cards, these little sets from the 1980s.
Cool. Very
Okay.
cool.
So that was nice. But the thing I thought was really cool, which most people will think, well, that's just stupid. The Simpsons.
Nah,
Nice.
that's neat. At least it's not.
What
At
I
least-
liked about it is this thing is absolutely brand new.
wow.
At least it's not rusted. Like I said, at least it's not rusted. At least it's
Exactly. The guy said he's got a lot more stuff. Baseball cards, sports cards. He said he's kind of like me, kind of I'll say it, hoarder type.
Mm,
And he's got cards, comics, collectibles, and it seems like he's about my age, so he's probably got stuff in the same order that I bought them back in the day.
okay.
So, like in the 80s, he's probably got baseball cards. In the early 90s, comic books, through about early 2000s, and then all kinds of other stuff. So, he said he's going to be slowly bringing more stuff to the flea market week by week. So, we'll see what I can't get from there. So, that's exciting.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So let's see what you get by then. By
Yeah.
next week.
I'm excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
about that.
So did you pick up anything, Anthony?
Yeah, I actually went to an antique store, a couple of antique stores in downtown DeLand.
Uh-huh.
They had this indie market, which has tchotchkes and vinyl records and stuff like that. Most of the stuff there was new and overpriced, crafty stuff. But downtown DeLand, which is in Volusia County in Florida, has a historic avenue,
Right.
and there's a lot of antique shops on there. And I to be honest with you, I didn't find much, but I did score a couple of weird things. I got, believe it or not, the first issue of Ravage
Oh, that's interesting.
by Fathom Comics. Well, what's most interesting is this was published in 1992,
Mhm.
and it's the first issue of Fathom Press Ravage #1, and it's actually done by my good friend Tim Tyler, who lives here in town. And it's got new stuff, but then it reprint. And this is how shoestring independent this guy was. His story actually ends. The epilogue ends on the last page of the book. So he was on such a budget that it's a black and white indie book.
Right.
There's the inside cover on page 1, and it's got several stories in it. And then there's an epilogue at the end of the book. And the actual book ends on the back cover, where it's glossy. But the thing is Tim is a friend of mine,
Right.
and Tim Tyler. Actually, there's a one of the stories in here. This one called "Torture Is Too Kind," chapter number 2,
Right.
is actually penciled by Tim Vigil.
Oh, that's cool.
Who, of course, wrote and not wrote, but was the artist behind Faust and Grips and a lot of those crazy outlaw comics. And then I picked this up,
Yeah.
my typical bad girl type stuff.
Right.
AXA. This is a reprint of Romero's stuff.
Oh, okay.
AXA. It's got your typical Sheena Jungle Girl AXA stuff.
Right.
Old story. And then it reprints some 2000 AD stuff where Judge Dredd actually finds love with Halo Jones, I believe, who was an actual Halo Jones, who is an actual Alan Moore creation.
Okay.
When Alan Moore wrote for 2000 AD. So, and again, Judge Dredd book in here. This is from Fleetway Comics 2000 AD Showcase. I actually have, I admit to having absolutely no knowledge of this imprint or this book.
Okay.
But again, it is Judge Dredd in there too. So you call that Droptober. And also totally unrelated, but I am a big fan of late 1980s R&B pop girl groups. And I have been looking for this Expose album, Point of No Return on here, Come Go With Me. I've been looking for this CD for like 10 years.
Wow.
And I got it for $4 at nice. And what's funny is the record store actually had it on vinyl also.
Oh boy.
But their vinyl of this album was immaculate. But the truth of the matter is the vinyl records they skip in the car. So I picked this up. But you know, totally non-related to comics and nerds, but still a little collector thing. I like weird stuff like that. You know, that goes right next to my Samantha Fox vinyl record and something that. And
if you're looking for Bananarama, I got a place that I might be able to find it,
dude. I have every Bananarama album on vinyl, all their stuff. So there you go.
Yeah, I didn't pick up much. I just picked up my normal reading pile, and I actually read some of it, so that's actually a surprise.
So he's got 800 copies that are about the show now.
Nah, just a couple.
I do. After you show that, I do have a few cards I do want to show. Just a couple.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I actually
in the house.
What's up, Puff? Hey, what's up, Puff?
What's up,
I
Puff?
actually I got a chance to read this.
Nice.
Yeah, NYPD versus NYPD officer, Asian officer versus samurais and ninjas.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the gun honey one was actually really good.
Dude, where was that? You know what? My local comic shop had no gun honey, yet I saw gun honey all over the internet.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's actually good. It's actually I'm not sure if she's like a 007 type character or if she's an assassin type character. I'm a little, you know what I mean? It's a little next issue it's going to tell you more, but I've been really, and there's an Adam Hughes cover. It's coming for me too. Yeah, so I got this cover first.
So she leaves you hanging.
Yeah.
Is there honey in the book?
Well, her nickname is Gun Honey.
No, I want to know is the book a honey trap or is there real honey in there?
It's a honey trap.
Winnie the Pooh would be upset.
Yeah.
And then picked up Crossover.
That's
Never
by that.
Read it, but I've heard so many good things about it.
That's by that unknown writer Donny Cates, right?
Unknown.
Hey,
yeah. So he has, but the funny thing, he has both of his creations on the cover, and the axe and the sword, Balafax. So that's pretty cool.
Is that God Country's sword?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, that's what he got there. And then I picked this one up. I haven't got a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be nice. That cover is super cool.
Yeah.
But I looked in the inside and I was like,
Yeah. I just wanted.
That's a big bait and switch on the rack. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I was giving it a chance, but
on the rack.
Yeah, picked up Thor
and some more by that unknown writer, Donny Cates.
1, 2, 3, Thor.
Yeah, Thor, and then I picked up The Good Asian. I've been really enjoying this one. I still got to get all the rest of it together so I can actually read it. Read the rest of it.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that cover. That's a cool cover.
yeah. And then I got Berserker.
Ooh, that's the Spanish
Berserker.
one? Okay.
Yeah,
Berserker.
yeah. And then I picked up
Was that in Clerks?
Yes.
so Sonya Verse.
Sonjaverse.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but looking forward to it. And then I got picked up a Perillo Vengeance of Vampirella cover. I
What a
really like this one.
Surprise.
I'm
But
stunned.
I actually got the chance to read it, so it was actually
Yeah.
decent. Vampirella fighting a dragon, so that's all I gotta say on this one.
Yeah,
And then Lock and Key.
Nice.
Sandman Lock and Key. This one that was actually decent. Issue 2 finally came out, so this was actually decent. They introduced the new key that's I think it crosses over with Sandman. Oh, and
Wheeler.
yeah, well, the key's already on the cover, so
Yeah, in 4 or 5 years I may decide to read it, and I don't want it spoiled.
And then I picked up the Vengeance of Vampirella Ben Oliver cover. I really like this one.
That cover is hypnotizing me.
She
Yeah.
looks so plain Jane there.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. I still thought it was kind of cool.
If
No,
Jenny
I think it
Jenny
looks cool.
Frizen had drawn that cover, it would have looked more seductive.
Yeah, and then I
it looked
picked
like this one girl I know from a movie from way back in the day.
then I finally got a chance to read these.
That was like that last cover looked like Zoe Deschanel.
There will
But
be no disrespect for the beautiful and talented Ms. Zoe.
There's no disrespect. I have all her records.
Yeah, got a chance to read these.
Nice.
I actually enjoyed these.
Yeah, we saw that ass on last week's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually, but this is the first time I've seen Perillo with another name on there. It's Perillo and another initial on there. It's GHO or GHC. So I'm guessing he hasn't been able to finish some of his stuff, and he has somebody else like coloring it off or something.
Yeah, well, I think some colorists are doing so much work now that they're getting credits on everything too.
Right.
The big question is, honestly, is that like a Frazetta shirt? Is there Frazetta covers all over that, or is it just Vampirella?
No. It's just all the Warren covers and all
Wow.
Yeah. And then I picked and I finally got a chance to read the Fighter Girls one.
Yeah.
Fighter
Nice.
Girls 1. I reread 1, 2, all the way up to 3. But
Nice.
I figured out why they couldn't remember. I told you how they had a cover they couldn't release.
Yeah.
Well, I believe, and because the first couple of issues doesn't have this in there, doesn't have this Frazetta Museum ad in there. So
you think they said, "Hey, well, you can release the book if you give us a free ad"?
probably because
Nice.
the first couple of issues don't have them.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 don't have that ad in it.
Nice.
And Rando's in.
Uh-oh. Fuck.
Hey.
Things were going smoothly.
Yeah,
did you pick
things
up
are
anything?
going
What's
so
up,
good.
Randy?
Did you pick up anything this week? Did you do anything this week besides work?
I mean, I went and saw Venom 2 today.
All right, we can since you're here, we can talk about it. So,
Cool.
what did everybody think besides oh yeah, you wanted to show card. My bad.
Let's go back to Simply
And Randy
Incredible.
comes in and you totally forget me. I
Yeah.
just wanted to show these 4 cards because
Randall comes in and upends the whole show.
Yeah, I found this Wee Man card,
We man, huh?
and
That's wild.
I just thought that was awesome.
Nice.
It's from a Topps brand called Allen and Ginter, and every year they'll put some non-baseball players in it. One time they had Felicia Day, who
Nice.
I absolutely
Oh,
adore
nice.
from the Guild.
Yeah.
Absolutely love her.
I know her from Buffy at first.
Buffet, yes.
Buffet.
And this Kevin Smith, character.
Oh.
Fat
Wow.
man in a little coat. No.
They need to make a new one with the skinny. Kevin Smith.
This is pre near death experience. There might be a bunch. And this one right here, you guys may not know Michaela Maroney,
Oh, I know her.
who won a silver medal, and she was so excited about it. She had memes after making the Michaela face. Just
Oh yeah. I remember.
I had to pick that up. I just wanted to show those cards there. Thank you.
Did she win silver medal in disc golf?
In Olympic gymnastics.
Oh, she's the one in that commercial, isn't she?
Yeah,
the one that on the roof.
That speaking of frisbee, gets the frisbee off the roof.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the guy immediately throws it right back on there. Thanks, Michaela.
So, what did everybody think of Venom besides Simply Incredible that hasn't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, but it sucks. No. I just want to be one of the guys from the Muppets, the old men in the balcony.
Okay.
So what's everybody think?
Anthony looks like it looks like he was just as excited for Venom versus Carnage as he was for that $10 Donny Cates book.
Yeah. No, I liked it. It was okay. It was very entertaining. I liked it. I loved the first one. Second one could have been a little longer. The graphics and the CGI were fun and entertaining and all that, but I was a little upset that it was all it was literally, I think, 1 hour and 30 minutes, and it was it could have been a little. Let's just say it was a lot of action and a lot of good stuff, and it was fun. It was popcorn fun. Right. Not much story there, but it was better in some ways from a Venom standpoint. The interplay between Venom and Eddie, I think, better than the first movie. Which, spoiler, it's been out 3 years now, 2 years, whatever. The first movie, Venom was more in his head. And this time, Venom is literally hanging out his shoulder half the movie, talking with him like it reminded me of the Muppets Take Manhattan or something. But right. When I say that with a smile because it was entertaining. It was fun. But Woody Harrelson could have, should have, everything. He could have been in the movie a bit more. And I don't think they did the character or the actor much service in the movie. However, I don't write these movies. I don't sign the contracts. Woody Harrelson might have said, hey, this is what I'm doing for the money. And if you don't like it, fuck off. And that's it. And, everybody criticizes Marvel movies or superhero movies in general for saying, oh, why did they do this? Why did they do that? But we don't know. Maybe right. Woody Harrelson said, I don't want to be doing these Sony Marvel movies for the next 15 years. Non-spoiler, spoiler, however you want to take that. I just feel like Venom 2 was a commercial for a movie with Venom and a certain web slinger down the road. Yeah. I liked what they did in that post-credit scene. Spoiler. Let's just say that they totally created a new world for Venom to step into.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
which rhymes with
Spider-Ham's appearance.
Which rhymes with schmaltimers.
Spider-Ham.
Yeah, with the Harrison parts, I thought felt like the natural born killer character getting the suit. That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
to me, that's what it felt like a little bit.
And I don't know, did I miss it, Randall and Jeff? But did they not explain anything of how nothing worked? It was like, okay, I bit him, and that's what happened, and that's it. And there was no. I thought maybe I fell asleep or went to the bathroom and missed something, but they at least in the first movie, they explained everything.
Right.
In this movie, they explained nothing. And the scenes, and I felt bad for all the people, like when when Venom took his little walkabout for a while without Eddie. What happened to all those people that Venom was inhibiting? Did they just die or what? So I was very confused. However, I liked it. A lot of heads were eaten, even though they didn't show any heads being eaten. They still ate a lot of people's heads, and it was fun. That's it. That's all I got to say. It was fun.
Yeah, I agree with Anthony. It was fun, but if you're looking for a movie with substance, not so much.
That wasn't it. No,
that wasn't it. No. Oh, so what you think, Randall?
You know, I agree to some degree with both of you guys. To some degree, to get more in depth, I will say that I think the writing was weak in this movie. You know, like the storytelling, the way if you're a Carnage fan, in my personal opinion, you'll be disappointed. You know, the actors, they're great actors. You know, I don't think that they were utilized at their best, and a lot of it is because of the writing, because of the story. You know, they did the best with what they had. Andy Serkis worked on this movie; he directed it, and I kind of just thought to myself, like, wow, Andy Serkis has been in this industry for a very, very long time, and he gets to direct a comic book film like this. And I see what was put out, and I was just like this guy's worked with, you know, who's the director of Lord of the Rings? Peter Jackson.
Peter, yeah.
Yeah, this guy has worked with Peter Jackson. This guy has worked with other Matt Reeves. You know, he's worked with great directors. So you would think he would know as a director, like, hey, we should do this. But I don't want to give all the fault to Andy Serkis, because you can tell from this movie the way it flowed. It was like the way it would cut to scenes. I'd be like, what was that? Like, that doesn't flow. It's like it's like, boom, I just did this scene, now we're over here. And it's like, it just story-wise, the storytelling of it didn't flow. And so a lot of times the fault goes to the editors. It'll go to the editors and it'll go to the studio. So a perfect example is David Ayer's Suicide Squad. He directed the film. He's a good director. Everyone's like, oh, that film is garbage. Then he turns around and says, listen, I didn't edit the movie. This team of people took all the stuff that I directed. They put the film together. They edited it. And it was the studio and the editors that did it, you know. But unfortunately, David Ayer's, name on there as director, he's going to get a lot of shit. So I think this is the same kind of situation for Andy Serkis. I think he's going to get a lot of shit for this film, complaints, when it's probably, once again, Avi Arad's name, he's on there. He's one of the producers. This is the guy who pushed for Venom in Spider-Man 3 when Sam Raimi didn't want to do it. This is the guy that interfered with Sam Raimi's quality of directing, So, like, this guy, and the only reason he's still doing movies is just because he has a good relationship with Sony Pictures, because he helped bring the original Spider-Man franchise to where it's at today. But yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to blame Avi Arad still for this. It's probably easy to blame whoever edited the film and then the studio, because I think it could have been a lot better film. When I say you'll be disappointed with Carnage, when you get to the climax of the film and you see what happens to the character, I think you'll be like, wow, that's it. That's what they do. They bring in this awesome character, and that's what they end up doing at the end. That to me is disappointing. Maybe they were like, I don't know, like you mentioned, like Woody Harrelson. Maybe Woody Harrelson in his mind is like, you know what? I only want to do one of these films,
But did you guys feel like the action scenes went a little quicker than the other one?
It looked to me like they like Randall said. It looked like they left a half an hour on the cutting room floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and it felt like it. But again, who cares? And you know what? Andy Serkis has been promoting the shit out of it for the past 7 days online and in so it's not like he didn't approve that final edit. Okay, he's seen it.
Well,
He's
no, that's
it.
called
He's
politics.
well, he's a company guy, and let me tell you something. Venom made more money than any other movie that's come out in the last year and a half this weekend. Okay, period.
How much money did they make this?
I don't know, but a lot. It's the biggest. Randall, I'm not going to get into figures. Just open your fucking phone and look
if you're
at
not going to get
Google.
into figures, then why would you bring it up?
Look at your phone or your
Hold
desktop.
on.
There's big headlines. Venom, largest
huge numbers. How much did it make?
Hold on. I'm doing that right now.
Opening weekend during the pandemic. So from last March to now, it kicked everyone's ass this weekend. And by the way, I don't give a shit what the numbers are. I was in a theater at 1:30 in the afternoon, packed. Every other movie I've seen during the pandemic, there's been 5 other people in the theater. I went to see a packed theater. Every showing, and it was showing in 3 different cinemas. So I'm just saying, I don't know the exact figure, but go Google it. It's the highest weekend since the pandemic started. Bigger than Shang-Chi, bigger than Black Widow, bigger than all that shit. So that's all I'm saying. My point is people want to see a movie. They don't care. And to be honest with you, I got to say something. Who the hell cares? Who are we blaming? The studio and Avi? And what other than the $10 you invested in going to see the movie? Did you budget the movie? Did you bankroll it? Who cares what you think or what I think or what Jeff thinks? And Simply Incredible ain't seen it at all till it comes on cable. So, like, who cares?
Probably won't even see it then either.
Right.
Friday.
You didn't even like the first one. But the point is, it's just a goddamn movie. Either see it or don't. But the thing is, I don't think Hollywood gives a shit anymore. They just want to make money.
We know that they've never given a shit.
A business?
Oh yeah,
make money,
right?
We know that they've never given a shit.
That's the biggest truth you've said, Randall. They don't give a shit. Okay. And by the way, unless any of us have been to film school, it takes a lot of effort. And by the way, I haven't made any movies, but
90 million.
But I was in an ad agency for the last 28 years. Okay. And I know what it takes to make a 1-minute infomercial and a 30-second TV commercial. There's a lot of work involved. It takes a lot of effort to make a movie, period. And the fact that
that's why they dropped hundreds of millions of dollars to make one.
Maybe. What do you think? I think the budget on that movie was $135 million, if that.
It made 90 million. So
it made 90 million.
Right.
And most
usually when a movie makes 135, let's say the budget's 135 million, and then we'll say 65 million goes to advertising. So it's about
it's probably $100 million on advertising, but that's all right. They'll make it. They'll make it back.
Well, no,
you're going to buy the Steelbook. You're going to buy the Steelbook edition when it comes out. When they put out the director's cut with an extra 10 minutes of extra 10 minutes of footage.
Venom. You know what's funny is like if I was making more money than what I was making now, right? If I was making at least $30,000 a year.
All right.
I would buy Venom.
Let's see.
Let's say hi to Captain Comics.
Hey, Captain Comics. Worldwide. All right. Give me a second.
90 million worldwide. Okay.
Plus us and plus world. Yeah, it's added all together. It's 90 million.
So then, how much money did it make in the U.S.?
Hold on. I'm looking at it right now.
Million?
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Made like $18.73.
No, a damn pop-up. That's all it was. The damn pop-up came up.
Oh, it made a pop-up.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm reading the damn article now. So give me a second.
It came by the way, it came in $25 to $30 million ahead of what it was expected to make first weekend, which means
hold on.
good for movies.
U.S. and Canada, it made 90.1 million. Gross worldwide 103.9. So there you go.
That's what I'm looking at now.
So it made 90 million in the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
that's
rest
really
of the
good.
world
With
was
the
smart and
pandemic.
didn't go see it, like me.
Yeah.
I don't see.
And I will say, I think part of the motivation of why so many people went to go see it was because they were anticipating a MCU Spider-Man appearance.
Yeah.
So that, it's so funny how so many of these people went to go see this movie for a 1 minute clip.
By the way,
my question is: it actually part of the MCU?
It is now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was or not.
The movie, the budget of the movie was $110 million.
See, I didn't know that,
which is a good amount of money to make on such a CGI heavy movie like that.
I didn't realize Serkis was the director. I thought he was just the guy that was going to be dressed up as Venom.
No,
with the CGI stuff like he does so often.
Let's throw in Bronze Age Brian.
Hey.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were anticipating a better movie. I agree.
I figured it would suck, but that's just me.
Yeah, I sat there and watched it and thought of like I said, I thought of freaking when Woody Harrelson's parts came up, I thought of Natural Born Killers. That's what
I thought about how good the Dune trailer looked before the movie started.
But
I will say
Captain
this:
thought the same thing last night too. So
the actor that they got to play younger Woody Harrelson,
that was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, he really looked like Cletus Cassidy,
and he sounded just like him too. I don't know whether that was Woody's
voice. That was Woody Harrelson voicing over him.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought the CGI playing Venom really looked like Venom too. He had the same long tongue. Very good, very convincing.
The only problem I have with the Venom's design, like when you see Venom like from a distance and he's like kind of like posing or whatever, he's like standing on top of a building, his head looks so small and his body looks so big.
His head looks so small. I was expecting Topher Grace to show up anytime in the movie.
Yeah, because y'all like talking a lot about money. She seems to have gotten her money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
And do you know how much she got?
And Disney has stated that they look forward to the working with her again because she's got more projects. So that's fine. It's a good thing.
Probably be like a Disney princess or something like that.
What's that?
There's other Disney properties. Maybe she'll be in a Star Wars. She is friends with Jon Favreau. She could be in a Star Wars TV show.
They made a great movie about a taco truck years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Food truck. Yeah. Bronze Age Brian says, hoping James Bond next week is better. Autocorrect, of course. It's James Bond.
It'll be better.
It'll be better, of course.
Maybe.
I have bad feelings about it though. I don't know.
Eternals is
but I don't care. But I don't care because unlike Randall, I didn't invest in any of these motion picture companies. All I'm doing is spending my $10 plus popcorn on the movie, plus my wife and my son. I don't give a shit if they turn James. I don't care if they turn James Bond into a girl or give him a vagina or he wears pink jackets.
I'm gonna make a shirt with Anthony Sicca's face on it, and it's gonna say, "I don't care."
No, because
that's gonna be the new jam.
I'm going to be. There's no more hot takes. It's now just. I
don't care.
It's just apathy toward entertainment because you know what? We sit around talking about, oh, I wish they did this and I wish they did that. And well, heck, guess what? Just like, I was bringing up something about defunding the police. If you really don't like how the police are, become a police officer. If you don't like how movies are, write your own goddamn movies and go get them made. if we get 4 iPhones together, we could all make our own James Bond film. Right? Okay,
No,
period.
it's,
We can go make our own James Bond film, and we could call him James Bind. Like
you
Brian's
inspired me, Anthony.
Fine.
Like, I swear, if I ever get to write for like WWE or AEW, I'm going to convince a wrestler, right? I'm going to say, listen, man, part of your look, you have to wear oven mitts, right? And you have to go in there and wrestle the guys. And then after you beat them and they ask you, how does it feel? How do you feel about winning this match? He throws the oven mitts off and he says, I don't care. That is the Anthony Sicca wrestling character.
When you actually look at it, Peacemaker from James Gunn and the comic books, originally Charlton, he's kind of wearing yellow oven mitts. They're just oven gloves. You know, that's pretty much it.
In the movie, he looked very much like a wrestler too.
And by the way, when you can see him, did you guys know, hey, getting back to nerding out for a minute, did you know that, of course, the big story, the big, the history of the Watchmen was that Alan Moore always he was going to use all the Charlton characters as the Watchmen. But did you ever hear the actual title of Watchmen was actually going to be called Who Killed the Peacemaker? And the Peacemaker was going to be in the role of the comedian, which the comedian was made from Peacemaker. But he was going to kill the Peacemaker off in that book, just like he did the comedian. So
that means Suicide Squad wouldn't have had it wouldn't have Peacemaker.
No.
If that happened.
It would have had, it would have had Rat Girl 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you know something that I don't know, but I'm still waiting for them to release the James Bond Jr. DVD box set. You know, like I loved that cartoon when I was a kid. I had a couple of the action figures.
Did James Bond Jr. rape girls in high school? What was that about?
What?
Oh no. You know, it's funny. He was known as James Bond Jr., but he wasn't with it. He wasn't the son of James Bond.
No.
James Bond was his uncle.
Oh, good old Uncle James.
Yeah, Uncle James.
Yeah. You know what
his mom said, "Oh, Uncle James is coming over."
No. I think you're onto something, Anthony Sicca. You know what it is?
What is it?
He's the illegitimate son from one of those women.
It's called Jimmy's Bastards. That's what the comic's called, man. It's called Jimmy's Bastards.
If they come up with that, I don't even care.
They did. It's called Jimmy's Bastards.
I mean, come on. I don't care. You don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, I never saw him. I never saw him asking if the women had protection, and you never saw him pulling anything out.
He likes to live dangerously.
He just pulled out his preloaded.
so that because I think the original when it was Jimmy's Bastard, I think the book would have been, if Bond wasn't taken, it would have been Bond's.
You know what would have been brilliant is if like one of the villains was like, you know what, James likes to have sex with these women.
Hey,
so we're just going to like give her a poisonous vagina.
So
and he gets this transmitted disease, poison, through having sex with her, and he dies.
Just call it poisonous vagina. Buying it.
Hey, G-Man. What's up, G-Man? G-Man's show that Jeff appears on Cantonese Comic Kid is called The Nerdy Collective. Let's just get it out of the way right now.
Yeah, The Nerdy Collective is going to be next week.
Make sure you check it out. It's at it's in the middle of the morning on Saturday nights, Sunday morning. I don't know.
I feel like I'm watching volleyball here. Like you went ahead and you just you served up for Jeff to spike it and be like, "Bam, Nerdy Collective."
You want to hear something? You want to hear something screwed up? Speaking of James Bond next week, do you know that I was listening to a news item on a very liberal, progressive news station the other day? Believe it or not, there is. You know how the villain played by what's his face, the Malik dude? Do you know how he's got a disfigured face? Like half his face is like burned, like Phantom the Opera stuff. Sure, okay, there is an organization that is calling on Hollywood to stop portraying villains with burned faces, disfigurements. and they're trying to advocate that it's terrible what they're doing to actually people that really have scars and burned faces and stuff. I think that's absurd because the villain, the reason he's getting revenge, he or she, let's even go to the woman, the Dr. Gas or whatever in Wonder Woman 1, all these villains that have disfigured faces like Phantom of the Opera or Deadpool or whatever, that's the whole point of their revenge. They were disfigured by somebody, and now they're trying to get their revenge, or it's part of their motivation.
Boy, they're going to be mad with Marvel when
that is going
Doom
way too far, I think. And also another thing related to Bond from a totally conservative program I was listening to, they were trying to cancel Sean Connery, who, by the way, is Sean Connery is deceased, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. They're trying to cancel Sean Connery, saying that not only was his character, but Sean Connery was a rapist. Guys, he was a character. He's dead. It was 1961, 62.
He did the same thing with John Wayne.
The first movie came out in 61. Come on, just stop. Can we start appreciating entertainment from years gone by and realize that it was made a long time ago and that we don't have to worry about it now? Please.
I suppose there should be like an unspoken rule. Like once someone is dead, like you can't mention anything bad.
Well, it's hard to cancel someone is dead because they're already canceled, like for real. Fuck off my soul, and everyone else has some kind of scars. That's right. I got stripes too.
Can I cancel Anthony and Randall for repeatedly asking a question, and before we can reply to it, they answer it for us? Can I please cancel it?
You can submit a request.
While they're still
I'll tell you right now, your request is denied.
From Randall.
Well, let me ask you about this.
Oh boy.
You know the funny thing about water? Before you answer, it's wet.
Let me do my Sean Connery impression. Simply incredible one.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm waiting to be impressed.
Trebek's mother.
Did you read it? Did you get a chance to read anything, guys? At all? Read anything? You guys said read it. Like, did you guys read any comics this week? Any?
I actually browsed through a couple of issues that I got recently.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I read once, and I was like, that's a bit much. William Cosby.
This vinyl record was at the antique mall today, but I didn't get it. And then look at this book that I found in the bookstore.
Oh, is that with the hair products where you wash your hair, the Pert?
No, it was a children's book. My Pert.
You wash the cats with their own, shampoo, Pert.
And then the best political message. It says presidents are temporary, Wu-Tang is forever.
I'm the only one that didn't like Wu-Tang.
And that's it. Well, Wu-Tang is from my hometown, so
apparently it's from a lot of hometowns.
Staten Island, New York.
Well, what you got, Randall? What you got to show off? Since we all showed off.
So I got my first order from Penguin Random House.
Penguin.
My first official order.
Penguin.
And so I got Amazing Spider-Man 75.
You'll get DC.
What's great about this? I'll pull the book out real quick. So it's like Ben Reilly, right? If you're a fan of the Scarlet Spider,
Ben's a good dude.
Here's the
that's a nice
wraparound cover.
Where are his organs? Where's his penis? Where's his penis? That's
tough,
a flat
looking for this stuff.
It's Disney, man. He's got to tuck it in.
Why are you looking for it, and why are you just showing them where they put it?
Hey,
It puts the lotion in the basket, is what it does.
Did you watch them put it there? What happened?
This nice Ron Friends cover right there. I actually wish Ben Reilly was wearing the old Scarlet Spider suit. That would have been nice.
Creepy.
And these, I'm kind of digging these. I'll have to collect all of them one of these days. They're doing the Joe Jusko Marvel Masterpiece covers.
The only one I didn't like was the Emma Frost one. The Emma Frost one looked a little funny to me.
You will not disrespect Emma Frost.
I'd like some gin and Joe Jusko.
But yeah.
We got Dark Ages #2, which, I'm mainly picking this up because of Tom Taylor.
But I enjoyed the first one. So
as per usual,
there was a Dark Ages that came out a few years ago. Is this the
dark? I think it's Dark Green or something like that. Oh yeah.
Talking about the Dark Realm.
No, it was called Dark Ages. It was a comic that it was on a free comic book day, and then it came. I only saw
Dark Ages was the metal one, was where metal was, and then something about the metal being all eaten up by certain things or so. I forgot.
On that first cover, they're going into Washington D.C. and you see the Washington Monument, and everything is basically gone, almost deserted.
Yeah, because everything was rusted, like all the metal got rusted or something.
That's called 2026.
We can dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think.
You sure that's not the Heroes Reborn story arc?
Yeah. Hey, we're all sleeping on a title. When I was at my LCS last week, I picked up the Amazing Fantasy, but it was on issue 3, and they didn't have issue 1, so I wasn't going to take a time machine and go get it. But they have this Amazing Fantasy series that Marvel's running, and it's like Captain America, Black Widow, and a couple other characters in there, Spider-Man, and they're like stuck in looks like the Savage Land or something, and it looked cool. And again, I'm just mentioning that because I don't remember any of us having it, but
none of us pick. I don't really pick a Marvel.
And again, well, that's it. You know me. I'm not I may have backslid on my Batman, but I have not bought any Marvel titles.
I will not do it. But if they had issue 1, you would have bought them.
No, if they had a double size $10 issue of Venom, I would have bought it.
I think you're buying Marvel.
But did you notice that like Captain was saying during Robert's show last night was? Did you notice where they kept saying Lethal Protector in the whole damn thing?
Yeah, in the movie, said that was the running gag.
Yeah. Did you hear the was it Lethal Protector? Was that 80s or 90s?
90s, I think.
90s.
The one that's it. Yeah, the series is getting blown up because of it.
Because what's his name? He said, because he kept saying Lethal Protector, and Eddie was just like, no, I think he said 90s, but he was like, oh, that sounds like something from the 90s or some of that, So I love how they kind of are basically referencing hey, Venom, Lethal Protector from the 90s. But I mean that's like a fun little Easter egg type thing that they kind of threw in there.
Well, yeah, but you think that book's gonna shoot that series is gonna shoot up in price though because of it?
I mean, honestly, I mean, look, all of Marvel is shooting up,
right?
All of it, So, just because all the movies are doing really well, appearances. So yeah,
Yeah, I thought I'd ask anyway because that's what we, and then that's what we were thinking anyways. So
my only question is, with what happened to Carnage, will Carnage even drop? Will Carnage drop in price?
Well, maybe not. You never know. But a lot of people like the character, so.
Yeah, because when they announced the movie and they were going to do Carnage, I think it shot up. So people were thinking so, but It's no point anymore.
Why did something happen to Carnage in the movie?
Right.
You know, once that snap takes place, whether it's Doctor Strange or whether it's Wanda or whether it's Loki, all bets are off, man. You know, you could get Topher Grace back and Wanda Carnage and whatever. I'm just saying that, you know, Eddie was in a seedy motel pretty much, and then all of a sudden he was in a resort in Hawaii or some tropic island. So apparently the universe is snapped in half and all asunder. So, you know, you could have Carrot Top playing Carnage in future movies if you want.
Well, he's buff enough. So
you know who I think actually would play a good Carnage is if you watch the TV show Gotham, the actor that played Joker. Like I think he would have been good.
I didn't have a chance to answer the question.
Well, your time to answer.
I think Daryl should play Carnage.
Just need an orange wig.
Wait, I'm waiting for him to say something so I can say. Let's get it.
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
I've heard like 75 questions asked and answered before anyone gets a chance.
Yeah.
Alex Trebek would not do this to me.
Oh, Alex, your mother, Alex.
He's
That's
no
what your
longer
mother said last night,
so
Trebek.
the time has passed.
That's not what your mother said, Trebek.
You know, what'd be really great is like in the future if we're able to get like little buzzers. So like when it's, you know, like someone asks a question, then you can like buzz in and you can answer.
Well, you'll still answer the question before you even get a chance to buzz in. So it makes them totally irrelevant.
I like how Sean Connery is probably more remembered by younger people for the Jeopardy character on SNL than being.
You know who's also remembered very well on that?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't either. I just thought maybe I would know. Turd Ferguson.
You know, Burt Reynolds.
Turd Ferguson.
Did anyone else want to see what Venom was going to show Eddie in that after credit scene?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
That always sounds like something perverted.
Can we talk about Venom being at the rave with the fluorescent?
Oh yeah.
And by the way, simply incredible. He wasn't doing stand up. He was in a dance club.
Okay, maybe.
And it was
I don't know.
And it was a total LGBTQ plus IAGRN.
I don't care where he was. If he's on a microphone on a stage, I don't care.
But I was waiting for him to do stand up. That would have been cooler.
And
but he just kind of did a "I will survive" moment and dropped the mic.
You know, I hot take.
Random
Luke won't take it back.
I think Topher Grace's Venom is a better character than Tom Hardy's Venom.
Ah man, that's some fighting words for Tom Hardy fans, man. Grace's was too small anyway. Grace should have bulked up for the part anyway.
You know what? Sometimes smaller is better, sir. Sometimes smaller is better.
I don't think Sean Connery ever said that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the best Venom scene I've ever seen, and I feel like it's straight out of the comic, was in Spider-Man 3 when you see Venom climbing sideways on the wall and he's climbing towards Sandman and he's like, "You hate the spider. We hate the spider. We should team up," or whatever. Like, we should work together. Like, that was just like, I loved it. I was like, that was probably my favorite Venom scene on film still. Like, that
apparently,
scene alone.
Apparently G-Man did not like the new Suicide Squad movie.
Nope.
It's all right.
The new Suicide Squad movie is 10 times better than Venom 2. maybe
Well,
even 20 times.
I
We can all-
farted and it was better than Venom 1.
We can all agree and disagree.
we all farted. It was better than
People must like it, man, because they saw a lot of Venom 1.
They have not got to enjoy the fresh juice.
Venom 1 only cost $90 million to make,
Oh.
and it made $850 million. So,
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's like
I don't think
like
Venom
you
2 is going to make.
You
I don't
can
think it's going
say
to surpass 500 million.
you can say the same thing about Justin Bieber, my friends out there in YouTube land. You know what we deem quality entertainment or substance is not what the rest of the world does sometimes. So
Right.
True.
people
It's true.
like to be entertained, and I
Like
could
the
go on a
Kardashians.
hot take rave about how many
Sir,
classic
you sold your
about
oven
how
milk. You
many
can't go on a
about
ride.
how many classic iconic movies kind of suck in hindsight, but they still are like considered classics. Art is subjective. G-Man's right. Randall's right. Daryl's really not right, but most people are right. Wow, that was the best special. That special effect though was better than most of the stuff we saw in Venom. Could
You
do
know
that
how much
again?
Batman v Superman made?
Could you,
I will tell you, $873 million.
could you do that again?
No, my nose is over there on the floor.
'Cause let me tell you something. That was the coolest part of the show so far. That ball hitting the screen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The coolest part is when everyone asks questions and answers it.
So what's
And
the
we
next
just
thing
had
we're
a moment
excited
of
for?
silence for my nose. That's
What
on the
I
floor.
know is it Dune next? Is it James Bond and Dune next week, or is it Dune a previous
James
week?
Bond's next because it's next weekend. Dune, I think,
Right.
is 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
Oh, guess what?
Black
I bought my
Widow
ticket.
is coming out on Friday. I can
I
finally get to
bought
watch
a
it.
ticket for
Oh.
Rocky versus Drago. Rocky 4 Director's Cut. One night showing only, November 11th, 8 p.m. from Fathom Events. There are 40 extra minutes of footage being inserted into Rocky 4. I'm
Oh,
so
boy.
excited for it.
What is G-Man? What is he talking about millennials? Can we go back to G-Man for a minute? Fucking millennials? Who?
Dirty words.
They're G-Man, we love you. There are no millennials on this panel unless Randall and Jeff are millennials.
No.
No,
We're 80s babies.
I'm senior
No, we're
citizen.
considered millennials.
you're millennials, I hate to tell you. So yeah, G-Man, fuck them, you're right.
The new
Hey,
ones,
go to
not
that
us.
other one.
It's because we're Asian, not because we're
No.
millennials.
Oh,
No.
Wow.
He's
what
not
are
talking
Asian,
about us.
what are Asian millennials called?
Millennials. Bananas.
Banana?
Wait.
Asian
Mongolians. We're referred to as Mongolians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mongolians. Like from South Park.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much looking forward. I'm interested in probably Bond and Dune more than I was interested in Venom, but yeah.
Yeah. Bond, Dune. Oh,
And then,
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
man. Yeah, Ghostbusters. And then we got
Not on purpose
Eternals.
looking forward to that one. And then Eternal's gonna be
and then
interesting.
Before you know
I'll
it,
give it a
Spider-Man
chance.
3.
Yeah. I'll give it a
Seinfeld is
chance.
now on Netflix, so you can watch the whole series.
Mm.
Has anyone besides Daryl, you watched the what is it? Squid Wars? Squidward?
Squid
What is
Games.
it called?
Squid Games.
Squid
Freaking
Games.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is.
Is it
It,
is it subtitles or is it dubbed?
It's dubbed. You can. I'm sure you can put the subtitles on it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
but it is. Oh, it is dubbed. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So it's gonna be it's
They have
pretty
another
much
show called Erased,
Korean. Yeah,
which is
it's
really,
pretty
really
much
good.
Korean version of Hunger Games. That's
Really?
yeah, that's what it is, pretty much.
Wow. I wasn't going to spoil it. I was just going with it was good, and he's over here going.
My bad.
I hear I see rave reviews online about it from normal people. And when I say normal people, I
I just got
mean
eliminated from that.
no, I mean not like Hollywood people or actors. I see
give
just
you a rave review of it, okay?
yeah, please.
It's a good movie. That's me with my rave review.
Daryl's taking new meds today or something. He's really funny.
He's always been funny. We don't give him a chance to be funny.
I know because y'all keep asking questions that no one.
So, what was your favorite part of Squid Games?
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but all the deaths.
Okay. Is it? Can you tell us, for a guy who hasn't watched it, is it a series or is it a movie?
It's a series. It is a series.
Is there one? Is it just one season?
Well, right now,
it is
yeah.
one season, but there will be
They're going-
season.
Oh, so non-spoiler, it does continue.
Maybe.
Yeah, Netflix
It will.
is basically.
No, here's
Yeah,
the thing. Here's the thing. The way it could end like this, and it would be fine.
Right, I got you. Kind of like every movie we see.
But there was a series. on it.
Apparently, I read somewhere that Netflix says that this may be their most watched series that they've ever made for the whole entire streaming platform. So the fact that they said that, there's no doubt they're going to do like another season. You know,
Right.
it's probably going to be like Stranger Things. They're probably going to get greenlit for at least 4 seasons.
Did
Exactly how many people watched it?
I know I did. I don't know if
Well,
they did.
do the math, man.
I haven't.
Yeah, you're the
How many
numbers guy.
subscribers does
Yeah.
Netflix have?
I don't even.
Apparently, they have
Let me-
200 million
look this
subscribers.
way. Out of this panel,
So 200 million
do all four
subscribers.
of us
It's
have
the most
Netflix?
watched show on their whole streaming platform.
so
Yes,
all four of us have
100
Netflix.
million.
Two
I
of us
got
have
Netflix.
watched it. So 50% of the people that own Netflix have watched it.
There you go, dude.
Simple.
Why don't you work for Netflix? Because you got the algorithm down.
Dare I say it? Bam.
Bam. Oh, hey, has anyone watched? Speaking of streaming, has anyone watched Why the Last Man?
No,
I don't have that.
I have. The first couple episodes were okay, and then the last couple are.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes, and I gotta say I dig it. But I was a fan of the graphic novel series.
Yeah, I was too. But
Which looks like the graphic novel series doesn't follow the show or vice versa
Yeah.
at all.
nope.
Like
Is
I'm
that-
like, what's going on? None of this
Yeah.
was in the graphic
is
novel.
the monkey in it?
that's sad because
Yeah, the
Frank
monkey
Vaughn
is
is
in
like
it.
heavily
Okay.
involved on that.
Because I thought they didn't have the monkey in it. They're not doing Why the Last Man.
No, the
Yeah.
monkey's in it.
They're doing Why Not the Last Man.
The monkey's in it.
Yeah, but I mean, I
BJ and the
enjoyed the
bear
first.
too.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first couple episodes, but like towards the middle of it, it's when it started veering off to not comic wise. But like first
They got-
couple were okay.
They got the casting all wrong, man. You know, instead of that guy that they got playing Yorick Brown,
Did you
should
watch
have
it?
been, it should have been Will Forte.
Okay. I like this thing. William Sorolas says Netflix changed how they count viewers. If you watched it 3 minutes and turned it off, it counts. Well, Pornhub's the same way. If you watch it for 20 seconds, it counts.
YouTube is the same way. If you clicked onto this video, you are now
Yeah.
counted. If you leave and
Yeah.
come back, you're counted again.
And by the
Yeah.
way, if you're watching this video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and please press the like button.
Thank you,
And
sir.
please press the like button.
I love how people are like mentioning different shows, you know,
Yeah.
to, like to check out. So I'm going to
G-Man's
throw out a
talking
show.
about Midnight Mass.
Yeah, it looks good.
Anybody watch that? You watched that, Randall?
No,
It look,
It looks good though.
it does look
Is
good.
that on HBO Max?
It's
No.
Netflix, isn't
It's
Is it on
Netflix.
Netflix?
Netflix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on
I just
Netflix.
Oh, is it
remember seeing it on
Netflix?
the
I thought
front
it was
page of one
AMC.
of them. So I do plan on watching it. I just have not seen it yet.
Got way too much stuff to watch.
They put Seinfeld on, and I've got my entire week planned.
They
Nice.
could have cast Ross from Friends. He has experience acting with a monkey.
Not
David Schwimmer.
Well, he hated that monkey, man. He hated that
Oh,
monkey
yeah.
with a
I
passion.
think everybody hated working with that monkey.
Yeah, he hated that monkey.
I hated David Schwimmer. So there you go.
I think
that monkey would
I
have been
think-
a better Ross than David Schwimmer.
I think Matthew Perry still hates the monkey that's on his back.
Well, maybe he should stop spanking that monkey.
Everybody's got something to hide except for me and my
Uh,
monkey.
I have to mention, since we're mentioning all these different shows, I cannot
Since we've been
I
mentioning all
cannot-
these monkeys.
implore people enough to
Implore.
watch the show.
Implore.
What is it?
Yeah. It is Ted Lasso on
Never heard of him.
Apple
There's a
Plus
magic
TV.
glass, huh?
I have an Android. I can't watch it.
Can't watch it.
What is it? What are we?
Talking
What are
about.
we
I have
not
an
watching?
Xbox. You can watch Apple on Xbox. It's a great show. It's about a coach named Ted Lasso, who he was a college football coach, and he gets hired to.
Oh, You're talking
coach
about the Uncle Jesse one, the Uncle Jesse character.
No,
the
it's
guy
the-
that played Uncle Jesse is the
no,
coach, isn't it?
no.
No,
Not
it's
that
the
one?
guy from it's SNL.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the other one.
He's coaching soccer. He gets hired to be football. He got hired to coach a football team, and everyone was like confused because they're like, "Wait a minute, wait, did I cut off Simply Incredible again?"
No, I mean he was. He was like Uncle Jesse and Sudeikis. I mean, they're often confused. I just thought it was hilarious.
You were talking about John Stamos, right?
Yeah, but
He was
the way he was,
About John
the way he
Stamos.
was mentioned, the way he was talking about the show, it sounded
Yeah.
like that. It sounded
There
like
was a
that
guy
one.
that was a coach.
And what's-
Sudeikis.
And what's fucked up is when he said Uncle Jesse, I didn't think of John Stamos. I'm thinking of Dukes of Hazzard. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We thought
They brought back the corpse of Uncle Jesse.
Or Willie Nelson could have went with him.
He was one of them good old boys.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to
Never
wear white
met no
after
harm.
Labor Day.
Anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
no, but it was
your coach Uncle Jesse story.
We did mention William. We did mention the Vampirella shirt earlier.
yeah.
And by the way, I'm sporting a Cable Deadpool Rob Liefeld shirt because I think it's his birthday today.
Mm.
It
Is
is.
Deadpool's
Yeah.
birthday?
Happy birthday to
Rob
Rob Liefeld.
Liefeld's birthday.
Oh.
He's 54 years old today.
I'm supporting
Wow.
this shirt because it
His-
was clean.
His birthday cake was made out of money.
My birthday cake was invisible because I had no one to share one with, and so I didn't get one.
And his birthday cake had no feet either.
All right, Randall, finish off whatever you were
Yeah,
doing.
Coach Uncle Jesse.
That's what she said.
No, it's Ted Lasso, man. Ted Lasso is such a great show, man. It's a
All right.
30-minute comedy series. It's getting all kinds of awards. It's currently in its second season. It's getting ready to end. I think they got one episode left in the second season. It's one of the best TV shows. It really is. We're talking about like really, really good TV shows. Like, I love comic book TV shows. If you told me like, hey, watch Why the Last Man or watch Ted Lasso, I'm going with Ted Lasso. That's how good the show is.
I'm not watching Ted Lasso.
I may check at least the first episode out.
I'm going to see it on reruns when it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it's
don't
a
know if you'll
Netflix
ever see it on Netflix, but
No, we probably won't. And I
Well,
probably
you're
won't.
gone and
I
I'm
won't ever
Java.
see it.
Hot take. I will probably miss it then.
Yeah.
you probably have to buy it on Blu-ray or DVD.
Nope. They don't make
Nope.
those anymore. Hey, by the way, I went into a Best Buy this afternoon on my way back from DeLand
Uh-huh.
because I was looking for something. I don't know about you guys, but like Best Buy, I swear to God, first of all, they have no music at all. Now I know that was a thing, but they have nothing. Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
They have in the back by the stereo equipment, they have a little box with about 12 vinyl records of it, pretty much Bob Marley, Pink Floyd, and Led Zeppelin, and that's it. And then, by the way, what was even more alarming is talk about, and the reason I brought this up is Randall said Blu-ray. Their video section is literally 2 little end caps with new releases, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
they literally had some of the 4K things in the Blu-ray and the Blu-rays, no normal DVDs, all Blu-rays and 4Ks. And like there was a new release and it had Bodyguard Wives, Wives Bodyguard with Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Then they had Black Widow right next to Ryan Reynolds, Scarlett Johansson there, right there in the rack. And then that was it. It was only like the big blockbusters that came out last week, but there was no other DVDs. So my confusion is those blockbusters that were the new release this week on Blu-ray, when there's a new week, where do those go? Like there's no back catalog in the blockbuster I was in of DVDs or Blu-rays at all.
You can order them on BestBuy.com, or where most people are getting them, Amazon.
I know I get the logistics of the way the world works now.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry, you asked a question, I accidentally answered it.
no. I just wanted to know if all Best Buys are like that now, that they've totally eliminated physical media.
No. Like, it just sounds like, was this like a small Best Buy, or was it like a pretty big size one?
It's a pretty large Best Buy. It's like a whole plaza.
No, but mostly all the Best Buys are like that now.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, mine's got a good size wall in the back corner.
No, I mean, they're not. They're
not. Okay.
He
I literally had there was literally an end cap.
Yeah.
And I even
I
asked an associate.
The Best Buy I go to, they actually have like 3 rows or 3 shelves. Before they used to have like 8 or 10 rows.
Right. I was just curious.
Section used to be.
I was just curious because like that's the thing is like I was shocked when I actually asked the associate. I said, "Is this the whole DVDs?" He's like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, "Okay."
Because my Best Buy, they're notorious for like even on new release day, right? 'Cause Tuesdays is usually when the movies are released and put out for sale. My Best Buy, I've gone there on Tuesdays and they don't even have the new movies out for sale. I literally have to talk to one of the employees and they're like, "Okay, I think it's back there in the warehouse. We'll go check." And they'll go there, they'll check, they'll grab it, and they'll bring it to the front. And it's like, so yeah, I mean, I used to work for Best Buy, and one of the ladies that I worked with when she was working there, when they started making these changes, she mentioned to me, she's like, "Hey, they're phasing them out. Best Buy doesn't really want to carry physical media anymore because they don't really make a lot of money off of that. They're making money off of appliances."
But not only that, but they're renting spots off, because if you look at the shop, you look at the store now, they're renting spots off. They're renting like little corners off. Like Samsung has one corner, Apple has one corner. Like anything that has
with them. So they work with them to say, "Hey, we're gonna highlight your product in a section of our store for maybe a little bit of extra money. Like throw us some money and we'll do that." So I think it's just kind of like a partnership. But the sad thing though is that if you phase out all the fun stuff that people like to get at Best Buy, they'll stop going to Best Buy. Like they're kind of like turning into Sears, right? Like people would go to Sears if you want to buy appliances. Like, "Oh, I need a new washing machine. Oh, I need a new lawnmower. I'll go over to Sears and buy that when I need it," versus you have fun items for people to go check out, shop, look around, and then guess what? They buy a couple of those items and then they continue to walk around the store and they see, "Oh, this is on sale. Oh, that's on sale. I'll buy that too." So they're
I
losing that
used to go.
traffic.
Me and one of my friends, we would go every Tuesday and get new DVDs, and it's been forever. And then it went. Then when it starts switching to Blu-ray, we every week we'd get 2, 3, 4 new movies every week.
Speaking from a an old guy, does anyone miss Blockbuster? I miss Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just used to enjoy going there,
Mhm.
like and getting whatever came out and taking it
Yeah.
home and watching it, and then and just, I mean, I don't know, like I know this sounds old. If there's anyone under 25 watching, other than seeing Blockbuster and Captain Marvel, the movie, do you realize that going to Blockbuster on like a, I guess a Friday
Yeah.
was like a thing to do. Like you would
Mhm.
take your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your wife or your husband, or if you were by yourself or with your kids or whatever, it was fun going there and saying, "Oh, I want this. There's a whole
Mhm.
wall of this new movie that came out, and I want this."
Right.
That's all gone.
Yeah.
The only place like I feel that still exists a little bit, ironically, is like, and again, Randall, you don't know because you won't go in there, but like Walmart, believe it or not, when it's a like when it's a new release day, they have a whole shitload of them. And
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, and I know it's not renting, but even their section of DVDs is still pretty robust. And there's a lot of indie titles in there, like shit that goes straight to video by these little indie companies.
Mhm.
And at least, like, you know, you said it, like Randall, you did hit it on the head. It's fun stuff. There's fun stuff there. Even though it's Walmart and you're going there for totally unfun stuff, there is fun stuff. There's DVDs and CDs and Funkos and toys, you know, and Target's kind of the same way a little bit, but the video section is still a thing. And why, you know, and again, I guess I'm just waxing nostalgic, but you used to make a thing, a night out of going
Yeah.
to Blockbuster.
Going to Blockbuster
Let
and
me
getting
add to that. Back in the 80s, before we had Nintendo, we
Yeah.
could rent a Nintendo system on a
Yeah.
Friday, and my mom would rent us a couple of games so we could play for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was so awesome. I mean, imagine now
Dude.
going and renting a PS5 and a
Right.
for the weekend instead of paying what $500 and then for
That
two
would be-
games,
that would be cool.
$125.
Well, you put it out there. GameStop might start it. You never know.
If they're around much longer.
Yeah. Because they're getting taken over too. It looks like, man. Like the other companies are either they're gonna phase out again, or other companies are gonna take them
Every
over.
time I
Smart
go
thing
in there,
about
it seems like
GameStop-
there's fewer and fewer games.
Mhm.
Yeah, the smart thing that GameStop is doing is that their store size, their storefront is very small. So, you know, they don't need like thousands and thousands of customers to come in there and spend money. They only need like, you know, a few hundred per month to come in there.
Because the games are like $50-$60 anyway. So you know what I mean. So that's
They're selling pop figures in there. They're selling like, you know, collectible items in there, statues,
A lot of
toys,
statues.
figures. They sell T-shirts in there. It's basically turned into sort of a pop culture store.
well,
like
yeah,
video
because
games.
Geek whatever had partnered with them. Geek, I
Yeah.
can't remember the damn store name.
Well, I
but
think
yeah.
GameStop bought them out.
Oh,
Guys,
okay.
speaking of games and especially old games,
Yeah.
if you go down a rabbit hole on YouTube or Spotify, there's a company called 8-Bit Universe,
Mhm.
and they turn pop songs, both new and classic pop songs, into 8-bit arcade game versions. So you can hear the latest Drake song or Dua Lipa, and then you can listen to old stuff like from the 80s, like Aha's Take on Me. And they've turned all these pop songs into 8-bit versions. So they all sound like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man games, but it's the pop songs. So again, it's called 8-Bit Universe. I was introduced to it today while I was out, and I was like, "What is that?" They were playing Green Day, like American. They were playing like American Idiot by Green Day, but it was like arcade music, and it's a playlist called 8-Bit Universe. So anybody watching, or I just had to throw that in because when you talked about the old video games, I just thought, wow, what a weird thing to do.
Oh, that's one of the things I loved about Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Like, I was excited. I remember when I went to go see it in a movie theater, I was excited to see it. And there I am sitting, and the movie starts. And it starts with the Universal logo.
Yeah.
And it starts with the Universal theme, and it's an 8-bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as soon as they started playing that theme in 8-bit, I was like, I knew right away, I'm going to love this movie.
Yeah.
As soon as
Ready
they did
Player
that, I was
One.
like,
I absolutely love Ready Player One. So many little Easter eggs in there.
that's a fun movie. I mean,
80s
in fact, that's
culture
probably
and
the
stuff.
last Steven Spielberg movie that he's directed that I really enjoyed. I wish he would just go back to making like big blockbusters like that. You know?
Oh man. All right, gonna call it.
I was gonna say, you're ready to shut it down because you start stretching and flexing on us. I don't care where you go, bro. You're getting out of here.
Yeah. All right. What you got going on, Simply?
I've got comic books. I've got sports cards. I think this week, I believe it is on Friday. I think we're going to be on Varangian's channel with the Crow review.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think it's this week. And just more fun stuff, man. Just more fun stuff.
All right.
And more just pure outrage about everything in life. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. What you got going on, Anthony?
I'm waiting to come on Simply Incredible. I'm waiting to come on Simply Incredible.
Come on, Simply Incredible.
I'm waiting to appear on Simply Incredible's podcast when he unpacks my Misty America comics. Because I was on YouTube the other day and I actually found one of his video titles with my name in it. Yeah. Anthony Sika unpacking Oh My God. Yep. And by the way, I thought he did it recently. It was like 3 months old or 2 months old. I never saw it, never heard about it, never was told by him. Meanwhile, he appears on my show, my YouTube channel, almost every week, or at least 20 times already. And he's actually unpacking my shit on his show. By the way, spreading false information about who did this cover and who did that cover. But that's okay. Does he invite me on to do commentary? No, that's all right. This week, I will be sure not to send him an invite to my show. And I'll be doing some sort of stream on Tuesday. I will be going back to the theme of comic books. I'm actually having my plans are to have the writer of fucking don't remember the name now, but David Lucarello, who writes that Alterna Comics book that I really like, who I just so tired I can't even remember the name of it. But anyway, point is I'm going to be going back to some YouTube videos on Tuesdays with some comic writers, artists, and general madness. And I may ask Simply Incredible to join me one evening to maybe do I might do a Crow review before he does Vangarian's Crow review. Oh no, we already did that. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm working on Venerella, and I'll have information about sign up in the next week.
All right.
You were actually tagged on an Instagram post when I did the video.
Yeah, there's my package. Yeah, I can't wait for you to open up my package so I can come on.
All right, Random, what you got going on?
Just the usual work. I actually, I forgot to mention that I did work on a couple short boxes getting organized. So that's my big thing. We have the Brandon Comic Fanfare convention that's coming up on Halloween Day. Sunday, October 31st. I'm going to be setting up there. I'm going to be.
Thanks for clearing that day up for us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm going to have a bunch of books, bunch of stuff up there. I'm actually thinking of doing a promotion for the people who are local here in the Tampa area. I'm thinking of, because it's $5 to get in to the convention, but I'm thinking of doing a promotion where, like, hey guys, if you spend $20, if you buy $20 worth of books from me, I will pay the $5 ticket for the people to get into the convention, the little small convention. So that's something I'm working up on, something I'm doing. I'm going to try to see if I can get that done in the next week or two. But I want to make sure I have books to kind of like advertise so people can partake, and not to mention they can try to buy some of these books before I put them out there for sale at the Branded Comic Fan Fair.
All right. Yeah, simply showing off his crow memorabilia. All right. All I got going on is the Nerdy Collective next week. It will not have me on because I'll be working that Saturday. I'll be working until like 5 in the morning, so I won't be able to be on. But make sure to check out Robert. You never know who's going to be on or if he's going to have an open mic night. You never know. But gonna have Cantonese Comic Wednesdays, and then gonna have Extreme Nerd Table. And I've been releasing a couple of videos. I've been releasing a video. Probably gonna be releasing like a Vampirella videos this month, all the way until the 31st. So be sure to look out on the channel. So we'll check you guys later. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right.